Hey everyone, welcome to the patch notes for Warhammer Online: Return of Reckoning. The holidays are upon us, and with them comes the return of Keg End as a live event. This year, the celebration leads adventurers back to the dwarven holds of Karaz-a-Karak and Karak 8 Peaks. You can meet with Joseph Bugman or Wurzog to begin your Keg End experience. The event runs from December 19th through January 2nd. Alongside Keg End, this December patch delivers a major quality of life upgrade to RBR, the long-awaited Melee DPS career reworks, and a series of additional improvements to sieges, random events, and dungeons. So raise a mug, sharpen your blades, and let's see what's new. We are proud to introduce Warband Leader Crowns, an RVR feature designed to improve leadership visibility and battlefield coordination. Warband leaders can now visibly mark themselves in RVR, both in the world and directly on the map. Leaders may purchase a crown from the commander vendor in their capital city. Once used, any Warband leader with 16 or more players can activate their crown directly from the Warband Manage menu. When active, the crown appears above the leader's head and, more importantly, on the map and minimap. This makes it much easier for players, especially those in public warbands and newer players, to quickly locate their leader and other organized warbands without having to rely on add-ons, helping to facilitate realm teamwork, coordinated flanks, and more organized sieges. Additionally, RVR random events now trigger more frequently, significantly reducing the wait time between events. Finally, siege weapons and rams are now consumable, stackable items with new gold costs. On to dungeons. Bastion Stair has received a major rework focused on faster runs, reduced boss health, new risk-reward mechanics, and powerful new gear with double-edged bonuses. Mount Gunbad now features new voice acting for bosses and friendly characters. This is one of the final steps in our rework of the dungeon, with one more small improvement still to come. We'd like to give a big thank you to all of the talent who lent their voices in bringing the dungeon to life. Several Melee DPS careers have recently undergone reworks aimed at refining their core gameplay, improving balance, and enhancing their impact on the battlefield. The next updates are the highlights of every career, and you can check them out in full on the forum thread. Both Choppa and Slayer are getting new abilities, tactics, and some ability reworks, such as the Exhaustive Blow ability now spending variable amounts of rage and no longer using it all in a single blow. Let's begin with the Choppa. Path of the Hitta is getting reworked. Bleed 'em Out has been slightly changed. The damage done over time is increased by 10% for every 10% of health the target is missing. A new ability called Big Bad Combo has been added. This is a devastating combination attack that requires a great weapon and hits the enemy target twice. The ability Keep On Choppin' has been moved to the Path of the Hitta, requires a great weapon, and once used, prevents the expenditure of any rage within 10 seconds. Now back to the Slayer. The ability Cleft in Twain now hits the target for a decent amount of damage and applies a debuff for 6 seconds, which deals additional damage when it expires. The ability Spellbreaker now adds an additional 20 rage points for each effect removed, and can also remove 1 Absorb and 1 Enchantment or Blessing. Moving on to White Lion and Marauder, the ability Cull the Weak now has an additional effect. If it lands a killing blow, Cull the Weak and the War Lion's cooldowns will be reset. Nature's Bond has been reworked. When used, it empowers the bond between yourself and your War Lion. Continuing with Marauders, the ability Guillotine has been moved to 9 points in the Path of Brutality. The damage bonus has been increased, and an additional effect has been added. If it lands a killing blow, Guillotine and your stance powers will have their cooldowns reset. Both White Lion and Marauder AoE damage from Whirling Axe and Wrecking Ball have been reduced, aiming towards a more balanced gameplay. On to the Witch Hunter and Witch Elf. Both Razor Strike and Slice have been reworked to grant a more viable warband specialization by utilizing the tactics Sweeping Razor and Broad Severing. The ability Burn Heretic is now available at level 12 and has been reworked to deal additional damage to all targets within 25 feet. Moving on to the Witch Elf, Blade Spin is a new ability in the Path of Carnage, available at level 12. It requires Bloodlust and deals damage by spinning your daggers, creating a dagger storm that deals damage twice to all enemies within 25 feet, based on your bloodlust. That's all for this top-level look at today's patch notes, and there's even more detail and information included in the full thread. You can read that on our forums and play for free at returnofreckoning.com.